In the quiet spaces between the ticks of the clock, where reality blurs into the unseen, there is a pulling at the fabric of the universe. Welcome to Beyond Ordinary, where we look past the veil of the mundane into the deeper mysteries of existence. If these words find you, if they resonate in the hollow places of your chest, you are not here by accident. You are chosen, and this message is for you. Before we dive into the depths of tonight's truth, take a moment to subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment below. Let the world know you have arrived. Now, close your eyes, breathe, and listen. The world is changing, breaking, shifting under the weight of its own amnesia, but there are those who remember. There are forces, ancient and relentless, that have begun to notice the vacuum you left behind. Eyes are searching for you, desperate to uncover the soul behind the name and the magic you have left behind. They are combing through the ruins of places you once walked, tracing the invisible geometry of your absence, trying to piece together the myth of who you were, who you are, and what you are destined to become. You have spent so long hiding in the shadows of the ordinary, trying to blend into the grey tapestry of a world that fears anything it cannot measure. But the universe does not forget its architects. The magic you scattered in your waking dreams, the silent revolutions you started in the hearts of others just by existing, the echoes of your true name, they are vibrating through the ether, and the seekers are closing in. They look for you in the crowds, scanning the faces of the numb and the weary, looking for that specific, unmistakable spark in the iris that betrays a soul born of fire and starlight. They are desperate, not because they wish to harm you, but because the world is growing cold, and they know that somewhere, walking among mortals in a coat of dust, is a being who carries the hearth of creation within their chest. They search for the soul behind the name because the name you wear now is merely a mask, a temporary identity forged in the fires of survival, a human label meant to keep you grounded until the time was right. But the name written on your spirit, the ancient frequency that commands the elements and quietens the storms, that is what they seek. They look at the places where you used to be, analyzing the residual energy of your past deeds, trying to understand how someone could possess so much power and yet choose the path of silence. They find the breadcrumbs of your magic, a sudden, unexplainable shift in the atmosphere of a room you just left, a life completely transformed by a casual word you spoke years ago, a dream that visited a stranger because your thoughts wandered too close to their mind. You leave a wake behind you, a slipstream of miracles and disruptions, and those who know how to read the unseen are following the current straight to your door. You must understand, chosen one, that your concealment was necessary, but it was never meant to be permanent. You needed the wilderness. You needed the years of isolation, the feeling of being an alien in your own skin, the agonizing experience of being misunderstood by those who should have loved you best. All of it was a cocoon, a protective layer designed to keep your raw divinity from being consumed by a world that devours anything it cannot control. But the shell is cracking. The magic you left behind in your earlier chapters, the unintentional spells you cast when you were just trying to survive, they have grown. They have taken root in the collective consciousness. People are waking up in the middle of the night with your frequency ringing in their ears. The guardians of the old world and the seekers of the new are both looking at the stars, realizing that the missing piece of the grand puzzle is currently walking the earth, perhaps standing in a grocery line, perhaps staring out a rain-splattered window, completely unaware of their own magnitude. They are desperate because the dark is pressing in, and your light is not just a preference anymore, it is a necessity. They need to find the soul behind the name, because the name alone carries no weight if the sovereign refuses to wear the crown. They need you to remember. They need you to stop playing small, to stop pretending that your sensitivity is a curse rather than the finely tuned radar of a cosmic pioneer. Think back to the moments where you felt a sudden, overwhelming urge to leave a place, a job, a relationship, without any logical explanation. That was your magic, signaling that you had dropped too much of your essence there, that your signature was becoming too loud, and that if you stayed, the seekers would find you before you were ready. You fled to save yourself, but you left behind a trail of wonder. Every time you loved someone with that fierce, unconditional intensity that frightened them, you left magic behind. Every time you chose integrity over comfort, every time you spoke to the wind or wept for a world you couldn't fix, you deposited a coin of pure spirit into the soil of this reality. And now the spiritual treasure hunters are out. They are digging through the history of your heart, trying to decode the blueprint of your magic so they can replicate it, or perhaps so they can beg you to return and heal what has been broken. They look at your name on paper and they feel the friction of a title's too small for the entity wearing it. They know that the person named on your birth certificate is just the shadow of a giant. They want the giant. They want the ancient soul that agreed to descend into this density to anchor the light during the great transition. Do not fear the search, and do not fear the desperation of those who seek you. Their urgency is merely a reflection of the cosmic clock ticking down. The time of hiding is drawing to a close, and the universe is demanding that you step into the fullness of your authority. You cannot keep pretending to be a fraction of yourself just to make the people around you feel comfortable. The magic you left behind was just the prelude, the scattered notes of a symphony you have yet to play. If they are searching for you now, based only on the remnants of your past, imagine what will happen when you stand fully in your present power, when you align the soul with the name and speak your truth without apology. The world will shake, not from destruction, but from the joy of resonance, as the pieces of the shattered mirror finally come back together. You are the focal point. You are the one they have been waiting for, the one the prophecies spoke of in hushed, reverent tones before the languages of men were even formed. As you move through the coming days, feel the eyes upon you, not with anxiety, but with the quiet pride of a monarch returning from exile. Let them search, let them marvel at the magic you left behind, but let them find you stronger, wiser, and more radiant than they ever could have anticipated. The veil is lifting, the search is intensifying, and the kingdom of your own creation is waiting for you to claim it. Thank you for walking this path with Beyond Ordinary. If this message stirred the ancient fire within you, ensure you are subscribed, leave your thoughts in the comments, and share this with the other sleeping giants in your life. Until we meet again in the next transmission, keep your light burning, remember your name, and never forget the magic you carry.